So, this is the Dragon's theme for this week. We are halfway through the year. We are now into the second half. So, the Dragons are asking us, when I asked them this morning, like went in and just sort of asked what's the theme for this week? Like, how far have you come this year? What has happened for you already this year? What have you learnt? And how are you going to treat things in the next half of our year? Not that we need to make New Year's resolutions, but really what is going on and how can we do that in an even better way. And I was away for a week in Holland and I'm full of it. And so many things that just were going pear-shaped, tits up, and I just wasn't able to sort of deal with certain things, and I just had to trust and have faith that everything would be sorted out. Now, I'm someone who has for years talked about creating your own reality, manifesting. But even on that spiritual journey, things were working out really, really well. And then all of a sudden, they weren't working quite so well. So this will be happening to you too. Like, okay, what's going on here? What we're being shown here is that you've outgrown that modality. You've outgrown that frequency. You are a higher frequency being, but we keep coming back to doing things in that particular way because, well, that worked last time, so I'm going to do it again. Often when people first find out about The Secret and law of attraction, and they go into it in with great gusto, and things start working for them because they've raised their frequency, but at a moment things stop working for you, and basically that's your sign to kind of go, okay, I'm needing to become the next level of my soul. I'm needing to raise the game. I'm needing to do things in a different way. Now, I myself have been really, really challenged with this. So if you've already outgrown the frequency that you're living in or working in, even sometimes it's when things, signs come up in every direction, don't they? They come up in your relationships, they come up in your health, they come up in your business, in your finances, in your home life. So we are frequently being sent messages of these old modes, these old modalities, and the strategies that we're using, and the rules that we have, and the thoughts that we have. And sometimes we are falling for what other people are saying. We're kind of, yeah. But really, we know deep down, I've already passed that. I've already done that. But I just don't have yet a really good example of how this is to be done. That's when we need to go deeper inside. That's when we need to start talking to our own soul, Gus, as I call it, God, universe, spirit, because we need to be able to take information from ourselves rather than from the outside external world. So your relationships, your health, your finances, they are available to you in a higher way. But it is, and it can be very, very unfamiliar to you because you've been used to, and it's so much easier, isn't it, to sort of go back down into ways that you've been doing things before rather than upping the game. So I was shown this when I was in my space with the dragons this morning, and they showed me this when the original cards came through. So it'll be very, very interesting if that card comes up today. So basically, every single thought you have, every single thing you think is magic, every single thought you have, every feeling you have, every mood, every emotion, it's like weaving a thread through making a tapestry. So you might have a tapestry for your finances. You might have a tapestry, a work of art for your relationship. You might have a work of art for your health. You might have, these are all the things that you think and you believe are possible for you. These are the stories that you tell. These are the memories that you have. So some of them you've been working on for 40 years. Some of them you've been doing for 10 years. And you're weaving in this tapestry and you are threading everything through. And all the colors, and you can imagine this thick wool, these thick threads in some places, really, really dense. You ever seen those tapestries that like done with wool? And some of the areas are really thick and really dense. And that's because you just keep telling the same story, keep telling the same thing. And this is what the dragons want to talk about today. Every single time you have a particular thought, tell a particular story, you're weaving that tapestry into your life. You're weaving it into your cells. You're weaving it into your ligaments, your heart, your soul. So what I've been shown to do is Imagine your life as a tapestry. Imagine one particular thing right now. So have that tapestry or a work of art or a painting or something that you recognize yourself with, or a garden that's gone to weeds. Let's just say that. And every single time you have a thought, another weed comes up. So have the image in your head, however it works for you. Have that tapestry in front of you, that work of art, and allow yourself to just say, over to you. So over to you. You get to run the show on this. I give up. I'm surrendering this. Now, you see, for humans, surrender is a very difficult thing to do because most of us are control freaks because we're in survival, not because we've just learned it, because that's just where we are with our reptile brain. It's always looking out for things. You'll know that you're in survival if you finish sentences for other people, if you're always picking at your fingers, if you've always got like a little tick going on, if your legs shaking, you will have certain things that happen for you and you just kind of like, that's because I'm always in survival. And I call that often that you're in vigilant mode. So like, oh, what's happening now? What's happening now? What do I need to do now? What do I need to do now? What's next? What's next? What's next? You're always looking for taking action, always looking to be doing something. Now, the difficult thing is, Gus, God, universe, your spirit, your soul can't get through to you when you're so occupied in your thoughts, when you're so occupied in your action, in your doing. I've got to do something. I've got to do something, because we are humans and we are educated in doing, and we are frequency in that doing. So what we're needing to be doing is just needing to be doing, handing it over. And then Fiona's mind, or maybe your mind, will kind of go, well, then what? What am I going to think about if I don't think about that? How about creating a new tapestry about how flipping awesome you are, how abundant you are, how incredibly joyful you are, how fun you are, how you are vibration. I am vibration. I am brilliant. I am amazing. I am abundant. I am love. I am all of those things. What if you could just focus on those things? So when you hand your tapestry over, you have nothing else to do. God will take care of it. Spirit will take care of it. It knows what you want, but stop putting your fingers in the pie to try and sort thing out. So like, hand it all over. You don't have to do it all alone. So the dragons are very much about, whenever I read the dragon cards, it's really reminding you that you are spirit. Having a human experience, you chose to be here to have this experience. And now what they're doing each week is reminding you how to manifest that life. Most of these cards are about stepping out of the way. Most of these are. So every single time you choose a card, and I always offer you 4 cards. So like 1, 2, 3, or 4, whichever one resonates most with you, kind of go, 2 and 4 this week, or 1 and 3 this week, or just 1, or just 3. There will be a message in there for you that you can actually absorb, listen to, and start responding to for the whole week. That will help you enormously get out of this having to do and not trust. Because if you don't start listening to your soul and listening to Gus, God, universe, and spirit, you will keep doing and doing and doing and doing and doing. So the dragons are here this week to specifically talk about surrendering over that tapestry of your life, every single thing that you've woven through. What if, when you handed things over, the universe paid your bills? What if God paid your bills? If that's your biggest fear, what if God sorted out that relationship for you because you got out of the way? You stopped thinking about it in this particular way, saying those things. If you change the story, what if? Now, the dragons don't necessarily come in and do it for you. Nobody comes in and does it for you, but they give you the insights, they give you the inspirations, they give you the next step. But it's not a step that's going to, a next step that's a doing that's distracting you because you're just, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. So like, you just keep doing loads of stuff. It's like, no, okay, this is the inspiration. This is the guidance that's coming through. How about you do that? This feels good. So my next part of this is, if you're in doubt as to whether you are getting guidance from your spirit, from your soul, from the dragons, from God, ask yourself, we're going to ask 2 questions. If you're thinking, what do I do next? How do I do this? What do I do next? What do I do next? Feel where it feels in your body, because that's your survival mode. That's you struggling. That's you trying to work everything out, rather than letting Gus, God, universe, and spirit sort that out for you. So what if by handing it over and then just listening, okay, I trust and I have faith that that is going to be sorted out, or I'm going to be given the right. Don't be too hasty. I know that whenever I've had a problem, I'm like, okay, just get it sorted, get it done, get it out of the way. And I think, God, and half an hour later, somebody rang me and said, oh, I'll do that for you. If I could have just waited and listened. So I'm more about slowing down and listening now more than ever. Handing that over to saying, I don't know how to do this, please show me how. But when you feel where it feels in your body, you will know that that is you in survival mode. So that's you in your old frequency. That's in you in your pattern. Okay. So the question is, what do I do next? If you're asking, what do I do next? Where do I go next? How am I going to do this? It's your mind going into survival mode, thinking you are the only one who's going to be able to fix this. I have to do this. I'm human. I am responsible. I need to do this. Whereas you have counterparts, you have your higher self. You have so many helpers around you that are invisible that could come through and help you if you allow yourself to let them through into your mind and let God, your soul, spirit come work its way through you. You will feel it coming through your body and you will get the signs and the signals. The second thing I want to ask you is, what if you did hand it over? Hand over your tapestry. Done. I've handed it over. I trust that this is going to get sorted out. I trust that God, the universe, spirit is going to sort this out, because I give up. I've tried everything. I can't do this anymore. Let's not wait, by the way, until we've tried everything. It's just like, let's get into the habit of saying, over to you, because I'm getting out of here now, because I'm just messing this up. I'm making a bad situation worse, making a mountain out of a molehill. So how does it feel when you surrender? Feel into that. Maybe also catch what you're saying in your head. Maybe your head's going, yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. So this is the inner work that I do. This is what helps you trust that your soul is coming through, building a really strong relationship with yourself, with your soul, which is your higher self, with the spirit world. So allowing the guidance to come through you. What if you were just able to let all of that go? What if you were not influenced, affected, and snarled up in all the situations because you trusted so much? There's so much strength when you trust. Have you ever seen somebody with really, really strong faith, no matter what's going on? That is trusting yourself so much, like, yeah, that did work out. You start getting evidence, and then you start building on the evidence, and then you're understanding more and more and more of the evidence that's coming through. Now, the dragons are here specifically to help us evolve. Okay, they're not here to do it for you. They're not here to protect you, but they will teach you how to evolve, how to be that wondrous, wondrous person who is listening to the information and the guidance that's coming through. So they are very, very, very happy to be here and to help you not to have to think that you have to do it all on your own. Now, did I bring my glasses in? Yes, I did. All right. So we are going to go into choosing the cards for this week. So keep a lookout. We are going to start selecting the cards 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, 1 has already popped out. Remember the theme this week about surrendering over to everything. So let's choose what card number 1 is. Brilliant. Okay, so card number 1, if you chose number 1, we have Seraphina. Seraphina was the first golden dragon that came to me. I met her in a cave. She was just behind this brightest mist. I couldn't look at it. It was so bright. And then eventually I saw her eye and I recognized her because I'd seen her looking into my world about a year before. waiting just to see if I was ready to meet her. So she didn't want to scare me because she's like as big as a big hotel and so big as an airplane. So she came through. One of the first messages was, you don't know how powerful you are. And this is the whole message about how to let the dragons in. When you allow yourself to create your own reality, but also when you allow yourself to trust the spiritual world as well. Her message today, the spell has to be broken. The knowledge has to come through you. In other words, your soul is coming through you. The God is coming through you and coming to help you, give you some signs. So let's see what this, look at me in my glasses. Let's see what she has to say. So the spell has to be broken. The knowledge has to come through now. You have much needed knowledge that needs to come through now. The spell has to be broken. Things are already changing for you. The old ways don't work so well for you anymore. Enough time has passed in struggle. It's time to access your power, which is the power to create magic and miracles. The planet and the population are evolving rapidly now, and those who wish to shift into being conscious creators, to wield this power for the good, for the fun, for the play, and for the experience of feeling 100% alive, and just experiencing your time on the planet as an earthly flesh and bones body, as a creator of a life well lived. You can experience creation and being able to create out of energy, out of vibration, which is exactly what we're talking about, out of ether and out of nothing. And yet that is everything. Everything is possible for you. Anybody can create. There is potential to go from sickness to health. Anybody can change their focus, and you can call to you what you want. Once you are clear and know without a doubt what it is that you want. Once you know what the feeling and the energy is that you want, it is as simple and as hard as that. So that was Seraphina. That was card number 1. And we're going to move now and we're going to start calling in who wants to be our card number 2. The theme this week, surrender, handing it over, that tapestry, that problem that you've been dedicated to sorting out, whether it's moving house, finances, building a business, sorting out your children, sorting out your relationship, your health. What is it, the tapestry that you see that you've built? Every single thought that you've had weaves into that tapestry. So let's just see what card decides to fly out of the pack. So here we go. And card number 2. Card number 2 is Raphael. There we go. Raphael, step out of your own way. Whenever you feel you are sabotaging your deepest desires and goals, then it's time to step out of your own way. What do I mean by that? Empty your head, meditate, let the information come through, stop doing quite so much. This is simply a way of stepping outside of your identity that you have adopted that allows you to cope in this world. There is a personality you have created that guards you and helps you survive, that protector controller that's in there. There is an overthinking ego self and a familiarity to the culture and the rules to follow from the society where you have placed yourself here on planet Earth, wherever you landed, in whatever country, in whatever culture, and in whatever family. What we are informed and educated about, the politics and the people and the power over you, the health you can achieve, the wealth that you can aspire to, and everything within the limited confines of what you are familiar with. The benefits of being able to create are immense. However, evidence is often the missing link required before you can step out of your own way and create on an even grander scale. That's really, really building in trust for yourself. There is, however, no obvious benefit to you becoming a creator if you are stubbornly stuck in the blind habit of overthinking. And if you don't see it or believe that it does not exist for you, then why would you go and adopt a life of trusting your innate state, your sixth sense, your feminine intuition, your gut instincts, and follow your heart, and reading the clairvoyant messages and the guidance that comes through for you from spirit and soul and Gus? These feelings in your body are of your intuition rising up from inside you and are here to call you and guide you onwards to better existence. There would be no need to convince you, as somebody who is stuck in disbelief and in illusion and in the matrix of the 3D, of a linear thinking world with all the rules, foundations, and strategies, that there is even something else to be considered. And we are talking today about what else is to be considered. Choosing to step out of your own way, or having the or needing to convince yourself, will not be necessary or be the path that is best suited to you. Your soul will, however, be set to remind you frequently, as that is the true nature of your soul, to assist you and to evolve and to bring into your awareness that you can project your energy. Remind you that you are the creator of your own circumstances, the weave. That is you creating your own circumstances. And that you alone can change how you feel. You alone can change your experience of living day to day. You just put different threads, create a new tapestry. You get to experience that it is a million miles from living in the matrix, as you would maybe like to call the matrix, the 3D, the survival world. As a creator, attending to your energy, you step aside and let the soul's true nature come through. You experience that you feel the ease in your heart and feel the vast difference of your heart of stone, closed and hardened for the good life, and experience your heart of flesh and kindness. You feel things are in flow. You feel the simple life flowing into you, and that life is working for you and you're enjoying a life worth living. The problem here is that when you start to encounter this feeling, it can feel unbelievable. That's when the yeah buts come in. It can feel unreal, unimaginable. And yet you know you seek it and are addicted to that feeling because you feel so absolutely wonderful and free. And everybody seeks it. When you create something, that's why I call it practical magic, it feels magical. You feel you are so connected to source. You are so connected to Gus, God, universe, and spirit. You feel you are supported simply because this is the true nature of your soul. Your soul is truly and wondrously created. So let's go now and choose card number 3 and see what that message has for those people who are asking these questions about how you are already of the frequency and you've already outgrown the old ways of doing things. So now we're going to move into card number 3. See what wants to pop out. All right. Here we go. Okay. So card number 3, we've got 2 of Seraphina today. Seraphina, the massive golden dragon that came to me, the size of an aeroplane, matriarch of this whole clan of creating your new reality, breaking the spell that you're under and allowing yourself to create your own future and relying and trusting on your soul and spirit. Number 3, Seraphina. It's all an inside job and you hold the answers within you. All right, let's see what's going on here. You can feel that you are discovering and remembering consciously why you are here. Finding again your very own intention is the part when you go on a journey to rediscover who and what you are at a soul level, letting your soul work its way through you from 10% soul to 20% soul to 40 to 50% soul. And then she's halfway there, and then 60 and then 70 and 80%. And you start to trust and have a really, really good relationship with your soul. It's like going on an adventure ride on the inside of you to find out who you truly are. Building a relationship with yourself to remember what gives you pleasure, what brings you joy, what feelings you like the most, what you value the most. It is the richest, most abundant experience, finding out what and who you are. From being the internal tourist, you will find your deepest intention and you will reach parts of you that no other action has ever reached before. The world is full of bright, shiny objects which you can be so attracted to and intensely addicted to. Instead of remembering, and it is that deep knowing of your intention, of your soul's intention for you, as you tap into the sensation and you can enhance and grow in unfathomable ways with your soul intact. You know who you are, you remember what you stand for, and you have access to the answers straight from source because you are in the conduit of the energy. When you know it, when you feel that there is a life's purpose. It calls you relentlessly, draws you closer. You feel driven by it because this is your soul's purpose, your soul's work, what you came here for and what you are meant to be doing. It rests on your very life's foundations as your building blocks that allow you to create from truth, purity, and love. And that your soul coming through, your soul's purpose, not necessarily to do with your work, but you finding out who and what you are is bigger than you. It will be driving you. It will be your driving force. And that will be calling you constantly because she wants to come through. She wants to pay your bills for you. God wants to pay your bills for you. The universe wants to fix your car for you, fix your relationships for you so that you can keep on evolving. Do not shut out the spiritual side of you and keep going back to the old ways of doing things is shutting out the spiritual side of you. Go inside. And this is what I'm helping people with Manifest with the Dragons. We are reaching in and we're connecting in with your soul so that you can have everyday conversations. You can have her beside you. You can reach her and she will respond when you need assistance. Okay, we are moving on to card number 4. Just a reminder, on the 30th of June, I am doing a dragon channeled session. And so I will put the link below. And if it's in YouTube, I'll put the link in the YouTube as well, so that you get to see what happens in the hot seat. And this is what I do in the Dragon Portal. So when we are moving into more ease and grace, and we're allowing our soul to move through better and better, more and more, fuller and fuller, how we meditate into that state, how we get out of our own way. That is what we are doing. So we're going to call in now card number 4 and whatever that needs to be to allow you to have your questions answered and know your next action, your next step, albeit your next step might be do nothing. So remember, we're talking about the tapestry, how we can hand it over, how we can surrender. That is the theme for this week. So sometimes the cards pop out all on their own quite easily. Sometimes I need to just remind them. That's what we're doing. There we go. Okay. So here we have card number 4. Oh, card number 4, 44. Awesome. How nice is that? And everybody's favorite dragon. Let me get the page. My little booklet's falling apart. Oh, my booklet's falling apart. I love this dragon so much. Okay, this is Bloom. Bloom is the most playful, ridiculous, raucous, rebellious, naughty, cheeky dragon that there is. But she is mighty and she is powerful and she's like that energy of Tinkerbell, but she's bigger and more playful. And she acts as a filter and she will stand up for you or stand in between you and a perpetrator and just blows them out of the way. This is her message for you if you choose number 4. Bloom. Consciously living, expanding your conscious horizons. And what's our story today? About getting into the theme, getting into handing things over, trusting, surrender. This is expanding your conscious horizons. Let's just see what the message actually says and then what you can take from that. Remember, don't listen with your head between your ears. Listen with your whole body. You listen to things through your soul, through your heart. Have you felt high recently? Receiving a glimpse of what energy state is possible for you? Consciously living is when you have that conscious feeling that your energy has leveled up. You feel almost high on your own energy supply. Everything is working out well. And you have a feeling of being a winner, having the Midas touch. There is a way to tune in with yourself as consciousness. And it is far more alive and vibrant feeling than just staying, I'm happy, in your happy vibe. There is a specific conscious flow all through your day, like moving meditation, practice moving and being in that meditative state, standing out of the way. That is not just sitting still under a tree and doing nothing, but really expanding your consciousness to trust and to ask for spiritual help. To know what you feel, when you feel it, practice to know what energy passes through your body, what energy has entered into your aura space. For example, you have a way to move through altered states from being your most relaxed, safe, trusted, secure feeling, and then to consciously alter that state. Next, you can experience yourself having no fun at all. Things are mundane and lousy and in the shades of grey, and you're back in survival mode. Explore that feeling. Explore each feeling, because that's what's weaving into your tapestry. Then raising that level of energy consciously again to living in incredible amounts of fun, joy, and everything is happening just perfectly to support you. You have prosperity, physical health, everything is being infused and influencing your life from your abundant mind and thoughts and what you're weaving into your tapestry. Being able to understand and recognize those valuable feelings of your state, moment by moment, and how energy feels and influences and affects you. You're being invited to see when you're feeling the frequency of hurt, when you're experiencing anger, when you are feeling content, when you're feeling love, and the difference of the feeling of having genuine gratitude. You get to name them. You get to be able to feel and recognize them within your body. You become very conscious and aware of where they sit in your body. And next, be able to wash that all off and let go, as if you went into an energetic shower. You are just breathing and doing anything that's grounded, anything that has your heart rejoicing, cleansing your energy partway through the day, maybe twice, maybe 3 times, and then in getting used to the amount of energy and what kind of energy that you need for the next part of your day. If you're operating machinery or going for a drive or you have something to do, you can ask, I'm going to be doing this. I need energy that's going to last me through the end of the day, please. That's how specific you can be. You can also set your day up and then the next part of your day and ask for the amount of energy that you need to get through that day. Knowing what you have to deal with. Maybe you're traveling, maybe you're on, like I was yesterday, planes, trains, and automobiles. Being very conscious of what you ask for, be very conscious of what you need. This is the continual conversation that you are including your soul. You enter the spirit into every single thing that you do. That is consciously living. I'm going to say thank you very much to Bloom. You're an absolute darling. And the messages this week were spot on for allowing us to get into this next phase. You are already at a higher frequency, but you keep dipping down and going back into the rules and operating where your normal state, your normal way of operating, because that's just all you know and that's what you decided, that's how life is. you don't know how else to do it. So I'm inviting you, come on the 30th of June, let's have a conversation, let's meet you, let's have you in the hot seat, let's find out what's going on for you, and then how we can shift and change that for you. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for coming every single week. Don't forget that we have Manifest with the Dragons, which is always running, and we have Dragons Portal, which is always running. The meditations in there are phenomenal. The way that you meet your soul, and if you want to meet the dragons, they are in there as well. Remember, they're not here to solve your problems for you. They are teaching you how to operate so that you trust God, universe, source, soul, so that you can solve your own problems. You are not on your own. You are not asking someone else. You're not handing things over. You're learning how to operate from this new level. So I'm going to say, have a great week. I hope you had a great solstice, and we have the next 6 months of the year coming up. So let's make them count.